Hello, and welcome to another episode of Adamo Baseball, where I'm your host, Adamo. And in this episode, let me start off. I just finished the American League yesterday. I'm already halfway through going through each team for spring training. I just have to acknowledge that fact before I really kick off this episode, because I'm starting the National League. And honestly, I think I was saying a couple of days ago that it might have been yesterday, but that I pretty much had the American League figured out for what I think is going to happen. So it was the Twins get their first postseason win in many years against the Blue Jays in the wild card game, and then they get swept by the Yankees. The White Sox play the Angels. The White Sox beat the Angels. The Yankees beat the White Sox, and the Yankees go to the World Series as the American League representative. Do I necessarily want that to be the scenario? No. But that is what I'm thinking. Well, with the National League, the picture is actually a lot clearer. I haven't decided who I'm going to pick for the NL Central yet because I haven't done the research there, but the East and the West, the talent is very crowded. You know who's going to be good in the East, you know who's going to be good in the West, and it's not really much of a competition. For instance, this episode I'm breaking down the Atlanta Braves. So I think the Atlanta Braves are going to finish second in the division. They've actually overachieved for the last 3 years now, which means it's not overachieving anymore. Brian Snitker, who just signed an extension, actually knows what he's doing as a manager and has made a consistent winner there in Atlanta. 2019, when the Nationals won the World Series, the Braves won that division, just purely off of talent. And 2018, I still remember reading going into the season that if they had one young player make the All-Star game, it was a successful season. I mean, people weren't even expecting them to win 70 games that year. They won the division. 2019, same story, except that they had Ronald Acuna Jr. at the time. So they were thinking, okay, if they can develop some other players, last year was a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. And then they win the division again. 2020, I read the same thing. They were picking the Braves to finish fourth last year. They won it again because Brian Snitker knows what he's doing. Do I think that there's going to be a Bobby Cox level run? No. For my listeners and viewers who don't know, Bobby Cox won the division every year officially between 1990 and 2005. I say officially because 1994 was a strike-shortened season, and at the end of the season, technically the Expos had the best record, and the Braves probably would not have won it that year. However, the Braves had all those division titles under Bobby Cox. And then they kind of went into a lull for a while. They only got one World Series ring out of it in 1995. But they did get a World Series ring out of it. And they went to the World Series twice after that in 96 when they were going for back-to-back. The Yankees came back and beat them. And then in 99, the Braves also played the Yankees in the World Series. 2001, they lose the League Championship Series to the Diamondbacks. And then last year was the first year since 2001 that they won a postseason series. Just let that sink in. 19 straight years they did not win a postseason series. They won playoff games, but they didn't go to the postseason. Well, last 3 years, they've been pretty good. And I think that they're still going to be pretty good this year. You're looking at 94, 95 wins easy. But I don't think that they're going to win the division this year. I think that they're still going to be a very tough out. I think that this team has the ability to go to the league championship series, but I don't think that they will. I think that they'll lose the division to the Nationals. I think the Nats are going to go worst to first, because last year they finished bottom of the NL East. They went from first to worst, and I think the Nats will go from worst to first and win the division this year. I don't think the Atlanta Braves win their one-game playoff, which in baseball circles, you get that one-game playoff, and it's seen as more as a death knell than anything else. You win, you move on. You lose, that's it. And they're probably going to be playing the Padres in that one-game playoff. And if it wasn't for the Dodgers, the Padres would be the best team in the National League. I mean that. They are that good. So, yeah, I think the Braves go down to the Padres in the wild card game. That's my projection for right now. That being said, I think that this Braves team, if they do win that game, they may actually square off against the Dodgers in the league championship series. Or if I'm wrong and they win the division, they still could. There's no reason to believe that they can't. Now that I've gotten all of that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and break down lineup, rotation, and bullpen, as I always do. Starting, of course, with the lineup. Leading off, Ronald Acuna Jr., right field. Is there a reason to believe that he won't make the All-Star game again? That he's not the best right fielder in the National League? Yes, I said that, and I'm not ashamed of it. He won Rookie of the Year in 2018, and it was well-deserved. He has maintained that level of play since being a Brave, and don't be shocked if he has not just MVP votes, but serious MVP, like is in that conversation. Like, finishes top 3 voting. He's not the only player on this team that could win the MVP either, but don't be shocked if he does. Batting second, Ozzie Albies, second base. Okay, so both Acuna and Albies signed very team-friendly contracts, meaning that they're going to be in Atlanta for a while, obviously because they want to. Ozzie Albies has been pretty good. Not just hitting, but fielding. Like, he is the kind of second baseman you hold on to. And, yeah, those two guys, top 2 in the lineup, that's where you want them. And there's no reason to believe that they can't continue doing what they're doing. Batting third, Freddie Freeman, first base. Yeah, he's pretty good. Hold on.